Making of peanut oil can be very tedious, but let me show you a lazy way to make your peanut oil. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. So the first thing you're going to do is to roast the peanuts. I have a video on how to roast peanuts, different ways to roast peanuts. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. You can check it out later. So this is 5 cups of peanuts already peeled. So I'm going to grind it. If you have a very strong blender, you can use it, but I like to protect mine by first grinding it with a corn mill before blending it. Another alternative way of breaking down the peanuts before blending it, in case you're trying to protect your blender, is to pound it first. When the peanuts are broken down into little pieces, then you can transfer it into your blender and blend it into a very smooth paste. But you can also use a commercial grinder if you are making a large batch. After grinding it in the corn mill, as you can see, it is smooth, but it's not yet ready. So I'm going to transfer it into my blender and blend it till it becomes very smooth and runny. If this is your first time on my channel or you're a returning viewer and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button and on the notification bell so that you can get an alert whenever I post a video. Like and share the video. Thank you and God bless you. Let me also use this time to send a very special shout out to all those that have subscribed. You guys are the best. I love you. Thank you and God bless you. After blending it for a while, it is gonna look creamy like this. See? Very loose compared to the previous state. It is very runny. So I'm gonna pour it into a container, then blend the other batch. So I'm pouring the peanut butter into a blender cup, but you can use any container that has a lid. I'll be using 2 blender cups, so I'm going to pour equal portions into both cups because I want to perform an experiment with the peanut butter to know which temperature is better in extracting the most oil. Is it better to store it in a warm or cold place? That is the question, and we're going to find out the answer at the end of the video. As you can see, both cups have equal portions of the peanut butter. To give it a head start, because there's a heat wave, I decided to store both of them in a very warm place by the window, but unfortunately they fell down. So I just left this clip in so that in case you're wondering what happened to the peanut butter that looks different, this is what happened. It fell down. I had to clean the sides. So when you see some smudges, know that it is as a result of the cups falling down, and I had to wipe the sides. That's why it looks like this. So this is what they look like after 5 days, and this is after 7 days. I hope you can see the oil already forming at the top. See, look at it closely. That is peanut oil. So I'm just gonna let them sit here for 1 more week before separating them for the experiment. So this is after 2 weeks. See? Can you see the oil? So I'm gonna separate them, leave one here and store the other one in a cool place. So this is the oil after 18 weeks. So let us go get the other one that was stored in a cool place. I stored it in the shelf. Look at it. There's actually no difference. It's the same level of oil. So whether you store it in a cold or warm place, it doesn't really matter. So let us separate the oil from the peanut paste. The peanut paste is semi-solid because the oil has been extracted, but it still has some oil. I'm going to show you later how to extract it if you want to extract it some more, or you could leave it longer. The longer you leave it, the more oil is being extracted. So let me show you how to extract the remaining oil. It is just the regular way of extracting peanut oil. So I'm going to transfer the peanut paste into a mixing bowl. Then I'm going to start kneading. If you are making peanut oil, heat is your friend. So I'm going to be using warm to hot water. The water should not be too hot. It should be comfortable enough for you to dip in your fingers, and I'm going to be adding the water a little at a time. Like I said earlier, if you want to skip this part because this is the tedious part of making peanut oil, just leave the peanut paste longer in the container. The longer you leave it, the more oil is being extracted and the peanut butter becomes very, very solid. You know, there's little or no oil left. But if you want your oil sooner than later, you have to do it like this to extract it. This is the regular way of extracting peanut oil. So I'm gonna be adding water, kneading it. After a while, the consistency and the texture is gonna change and the oil will start forming. As you can see, there's a change in the appearance. It looks more grainy and fluffy, and when you press it tightly, you're gonna notice that it has started forming oil because it looks very glossy. Once the oil begins to form, I generally don't add more water. I just continue to knead until it looks very wet with oil. The more you continue to knead it, the more oil is being formed. See, it has started forming. When you press it tightly, you can see it has started forming. So you have to continue kneading. The more you knead, the more oil is going to be produced. I'm not going to lie to you, this is very tedious. So you can take breaks once in a while to rest your arm. It is not going to affect the process. And while you are resting your arm, you can just store it in a warm place so that the heat will help with extraction. As more oil begins to form, it is gonna have a darker shade, as you can see. That's when you know you are getting closer. When it looks like this, you know it is ready. Because most of the oil have already been extracted, that's why we don't have enough seeping out. But I'm gonna squeeze it out. So this is the leftover of the 1 cup of water I used. So you're gonna need about a cup of water. So I'm gonna be using a clean chiffon cloth to squeeze it out. So I'm gonna squeeze as much oil as I can get out of it because it is nearly impossible to extract all the oil from peanut paste. Look at it. Is this not amazing? Look at the oil oozing out. Like I told you before, heat is your best friend when making peanut oil. It is better to make it on a very hot day or in a very warm environment because the heat around the environment is going to help with the extraction of the oil. I grew up in the northern part of Nigeria, which is also the headquarters of making peanut oil in Nigeria. If you're a Nigerian, you all know it that the northern part is very, very hot. So there was one day my mom took me to go visit this lady that makes peanut oil. There was one amazing thing I noticed. While she was frying some kuli, she left the peanut paste under the sun close to the fire and oil was forming from it. Of course, it is peanut paste that has already been processed like this. So it is no brainer that they make a lot of peanut oil because they grow a lot of peanuts and they also have the atmospheric heat that helps them too. Look at how much oil I got. Like I said earlier, it is close to impossible to extract all the oil from peanuts. So I'm just gonna filter it one more time, then I'm gonna leave it to settle. So now that you have seen 2 ways to extract peanut oil, so which is your favorite? Both of them have their own pros and cons. So which one are you gonna try? Is it the first method or the second method? So go to the comment section and talk to me. After it has completely settled down, I'm gonna add it to the other peanut oil. This is what we call unadulterated peanut oil, pure liquid gold. This is what the Hausas call manjada. There's also mai kuli kuli. This is mai kuli kuli and the other one is manjada. Manjada, also known as peanut oil, is what you get from extracting oil from peanuts. But the mai kuli kuli is the oil you get after frying the kuli kuli in the peanut oil. That's the main difference, and the taste is slightly different too. You have to taste both of them to be able to tell them apart. Now that you know how to make peanut oil, why don't you give it a try? I promise you, you're not gonna be disappointed. Instead, you're gonna be so impressed. So thank you guys for watching. Till I see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.